Welcome back, crew, to Boats vs. Haulover, where man and machine take on Mother Nature down at beautiful Haulover Inlet here in Miami. And if you can't tell, it's going to be a Rough Rider kind of day as our crew works their way out while the person on the back just does whatever they can to actually hang on. Hopefully the rest of our captains are a little easier on their crews. And this is going to bring us to the first round of our contest. And here in the first round, the boats are going to toss a sailfish in the ring to see if they can go ahead and get on the board first. But let's go, round one, ring the bell as our crew works their way out. So it looks like we've got somebody in the bow of the boat, well, two people actually in the bow of the boat, and a mat in the stern, probably taking the seats where this crew should be sitting behind the helm of the boat. But it's going to be interesting to see if this crew can wind up hanging on as they work their way out of Haulover. Now, fortunately, they did hug the north side of the inlet, but man, it is a rough day. Haulover's kind of firing a little bit. Definitely a little rough to be up here trying to bow surf, but one of the ladies is actually just laying down in the bow, not even giving it any thought. And somehow, fortunately for this crew, they wind up making it out without issue and wind up taking a win for the boats. And that's going to bring us to the second round of our contest. Boats are up 1-0, but here in the second round, the boats are going to toss a Yamaha jet boat in the ring, and let's see how they fare. Again, somebody trying to come out of Haulover on a rough day, people in the bow. This one doesn't last long. Our crew sees the white caps in the distance, the rollers coming in, and says, yeah, no way, we're going to go ahead and turn this one around and run back to the sandbar. But unfortunately for them, that means they will wind up taking a loss for the boats, which will bring us to the third round of our contest, and we are now tied at 1 apiece as we move into the third round, and the boats are going to wind up tossing a Mako into the ring on this one. Let's see how this crew fares as they start to work their way toward the mouth of the inlet, hitting some heavy seas, getting bounced around, but our crew's still battling their way forward, even with the crew in the bow celebrating a little bit as they enter toward the mouth of the inlet, and our crew's gonna wind up just sneaking in through the rollers and making it into the inlet, but it was a rough ride. Here you can see they take a couple really good smacks as they're working their way in, but the crew in the bow is all smiles, even with 3 of them up there, even though they definitely should be behind the helm on this one. But this crew's gonna wind up taking a win for the boats, and the boats are gonna go ahead and take the 2-1 edge as we move into the fourth round of the contest. And here in the fourth round, the boats are gonna toss an Azimuth yacht into the ring to see if they can go ahead and close this one out early. They send in the big guns to try and take Haulover down, but Haulover's absolutely ripping. This crew's trying to get the boat up on plane a little bit to keep that bow up, but man, you can tell even a yacht this size coming down the middle of Haulover is struggling, and as they pick that speed up and get out here into the big rollers, it gets even worse for this crew as they really start to take a thrashing offshore. Here we can see they're trying to keep that bow up, keep the boat moving, and all of a sudden, bam, a big hit. We're starting to lose a cushion. These things are pricey on these yachts, and they are taking heavy spray. Up top, this crew, even being up on the flybridge, is getting drenched as we're seeing water spray over the boat and up there, and bam, they wind up blasting one, burying the bow. Massive stuffing by a big yacht on this one. Not something we see every day down here at Haulover. Typically these azimuths have no issues whatsoever making their way out, but when the inlet gets firing this big, it doesn't matter how big the boat is, you gotta have a little skill to get her out, and unfortunately it doesn't work out for this crew, and they're gonna wind up taking a loss for the boats here in the fourth round, which is going to bring us to the fifth and final round of our contest. We are tied at 2 apiece, and the boats are going to toss an old Haulover killer in there as they're going to bring a CV in to try and close it out for the boats. But let's go, final round. Who will take it? Will it be the boats or the inlet? Man, we've got a full send cap in our hands. He's got that throttle opened up, boats up on plane, keeping the bow high, and just absolutely sending this thing straight out the inlet without any issues whatsoever, and taking a win for the boats, which means the boats will win in this episode. Thanks for watching, crew. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Boats vs. Haulover. If you did, please check out our other content. We have Wavy Boats, who does a bunch of great things down at the inlets. My channel, Broncos Guru, does some great comedy boating videos there as well. And of course, we got the Miami Boat Ramps channel that focuses on all the hilarity that happens at the boat ramps in South Florida. And if you guys haven't already, go ahead and drop an anchor on the subscribe button here.